Hello Army, and welcome to Bangtan News Today. Today we will discuss one small moment that turned out to have a huge emotional impact. That a short sentence from Jungkook, spoken without drama and without detail, actually managed to shake the feelings of millions of fans around the world. There was no press conference, there was no official announcement, there is no long explanation, just a few simple words about the future, about marriage, and about the figure of the woman who will someday stand by his side. Jungkook did not name names. Do not call time, and did not give any details, but precisely therein lies its strength. The sentence sounds familiar if read on paper, but when spoken directly by Jungkook, with a quieter tone of voice and unusual pauses, the meaning felt different. To some, this sounds adult and humane, but for many fans, this moment feels like a door that is slowly closing. The reaction appeared almost instantly. Social media, which is usually full of jokes, turns into a space full of question marks. Many tried to calm themselves down by saying that Jungkook was just talking in general, but there are also those who feel something deeper. A feeling of loss, although not really losing anything, and in the midst of all that emotion, the camera captured Jim's reaction. Jim didn't say anything. It does not interrupt. He didn't smile as much as usual. All that was visible was a very subtle change in expression. His gaze lowered slightly. His breathing sounded deeper, and that little smile at the end of the moment feels a bit forced. To a layman, this may seem commonplace, but for fans who've been following BTS for years, small details like this mean a lot. Speculation is also growing. Some wondered if Jim had known this before, some suspect the moment elicits personal emotions never before seen on camera. But one thing remains the same: Jungkook did not reveal who the woman was. And that uncertainty is what makes it all feel even heavier. In the world of K-pop, talking about marriage is no small thing. Idols sell not only music, but also emotional closeness with fans. Therefore, one simple sentence can have a bigger impact than a new album. Many industry analysts believe that Jungkook knew exactly what he was doing. It's not a mistake, this is a very conscious decision. But here's the paradox: the more Jungkook chose silence, the greater the public's curiosity. Every old song lyric, every interview, and every live broadcast began to be reanalyzed. Nothing can be verified, but all of that forms one big narrative in the minds of fans. Meanwhile, Jim's reaction becomes a symbol of collective feelings. He didn't cry, not angry, not dramatic, but her fragile calmness was touching. There is a feeling that an era is changing, not because BTS is over, but because each member is now increasingly seen as an individual with their own future. Until now, there has been no additional clarification from Jungkook or the agency. This silence is also interpreted in various ways. Some see this as an effort to preserve privacy, others saw it as a sign that Jungkook was serious. And here comes a deeper emotional layer. In the psychology of fandom, there are so-called parasocial relationships, that is, a one-way relationship, where fans feel very close to the idol. Jungkook is one of the most powerful examples of this phenomenon. He grew up before the eyes of the public, from shy teenagers to world stars. When he talks about a future wife, even without details, the parasocial relationship begins to shift. It's not that fans don't want him to be happy, but because they are faced with the fact that the proximity has a limit. Jim's reaction reinforced this feeling. Many feel their emotions are represented by it. If what they feel is something human. Jim's reaction went viral, analyzed second by second, and flooded with comments full of emotion. But behind all that, there is one big question. Does the public really have a right to know more about Jungkook's personal life? Jungkook did not announce the wedding. Do not introduce a partner. He simply admits that he is an adult human being with plans for the future, but the emotional impact remains real. Many fans wrote about their journey with BTS, about how Jungkook's music accompanies difficult times, and about the fear of losing something that has always been a source of comfort. This sadness is not anger, these are small sorrows against change. Until now, the figure of the woman remains a mystery. No name, no clue, and maybe that's exactly where the story is at. It's not about who. It's about how a small confession can open up a big conversation about maturity and boundaries. Jim's reaction, fan grief, and Jungkook's silence forms one complex narrative. Maybe one day Jungkook will be more open, maybe not, but one thing is clear. A short sentence has marked an emotional turning point that will be remembered for a long time by the army, and until that day comes, this story will continue to live among hopes, speculations, and emotions that have not yet fully found their place. Thanks for watching Bangtan News Today. See you in the next video.